Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited to be here. Happy Friday. Yes, right? We made it through the whole week. All right, I'm super excited to support you to become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. All right, it's Friday, and we're always looking for those fun activities to do over the weekend. So I'm going to do one more plug today for our fun activity books. Super easy to get it. All you need to do is send a letter to the address that's showing up there on your screen. If you see it right there below, you can send me a note, you can send me an email, but don't forget to include your return address, and then I'll put one of these super fun activity books in the mail for you. There are so many fun puzzles and word searches. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, what do you need to include in that letter to me? Well, it's kind of up to you. You can tell me something you're learning in class, something that you've seen here on our PBS studio at your house, or maybe it's about a book or a story that you've read and you'd love to share it with your other third grade friends. If you let me know, I'll make sure that I read your letter on air so that other third graders can hear about it. I love that we're sharing. It's a great sense of community, right? Okay. Speaking of reading, we are always trying to encourage one another to read because, let's just be honest, it's a really fun thing to do. And there are multiple ways that you can do that. You can check out books online through our county libraries, or you can go online and you can check them out through Sora for free. And in Fresno Unified, we love to keep tabs of our schools that are checking out the most books. So last week, we counted down the top 5, and today we get to reveal who is in that #1 spot for the most books checked out. Let's see who it is. Okay, so up here in first place for the most number of books, oh my goodness, it's Wilson Elementary. Nice job, Wilson Elementary. So proud of all of you guys out there. Keep up the good work. You know what? It's super easy to get your school up here on this list of names. You simply just need to check out a book through Sora, and maybe tell a classmate or two too. All right. Let's get started this morning. I have 3 things that we're going to go through and practice. We're going to look at some plural nouns and some spelling patterns with that. We're going to go through and we're going to talk about syllables, specifically looking at vowel digraphs and how that plays a part in those syllables. And then we're going to finish up with some comprehension and root words. You ready to start? Okay, now it's Friday. We've been doing these high frequency words all week long. And so I know you've been practicing, you've got them down. Let's go through and let's read them together. You read them big and loud at home, and I'm gonna read them here in the studio with you. Let's go. Sing, sleep, she, show, 7, shall, see, say, small, and saw. Nicely done. These are our last 2 words of the week to talk about. We've got small, S-M-A-L-L, and saw, S-A-W. Now, I want to just talk about saw for just a second, because sometimes I hear boys and girls that will say, I saw it. And that will make it so that it's really hard to spell the word saw. Saw has the ah sound. So practice saying it correctly and it's going to help you spell it correctly. Okay, let's go through and you can help me put them into some sentences. Okay, so we 3 squirrels at the park. Let's read the second one. Please cut me a piece of cake. Ooh, this is clearly an adjective. It's describing the size of the cake. Do we have one of our words here that's an adjective? We do. Please cut me a small piece of cake. We're describing it. And we saw 3 squirrels at the park. Nicely done. Okay, let's look at those plural nouns and some of the rules that we have for spelling our when we have nouns that we want to make plural. Okay, so first we want to add an S to most singular nouns to make them plural. Here's the piece we need to pay attention to. Add an ES if the singular noun ends with S, double S, SH, CH, or the letter X. Okay, I've got some examples down here. So the word flower pot, you can see ends with the letter T. So that's one. If I want to say that I've got 2 flower pots, I don't really need to do anything except for add an S. That makes my word plural. The rest of these words all have these letters at the end. So octopus ends with the letter S. That would be 1 octopus. If I see 2 octopuses, I'm going to add ES, octopuses. All right, I know it sounds funny, but that's actually how you say it. Okay, princess. If there are many princesses, we've got SS at the end, and then we add ES. So princesses means there's more than one. Here's the word latch. It ends with a CH. Because it has the CH, I'm not going to just add an S. I want it to be latches. Now, here's another thing that you're going to notice. When you're adding that ES, it really kind of sounds like a Z, not an S. Remember, S can sound like an S or a Z, depending on it, but practice it. Latches kind of has a Z sound. Okay, paintbrush has the SH, so we're going to add ES for paint brushes. And then finally, tax ends with an X, and we're going to talk about taxes. Again, we're adding the ES. So there are some examples that go with that. Let's switch it up and talk about some syllables. Now remember, we've talked about syllables in the past, and syllables always have, every syllable in a word has 1 vowel sound. Okay, we've practiced this all week long. So remember, vowel digraphs count as 1 vowel sound because when those 2 vowels are together, they make a single sound. For example, let's talk about like OW. Remember, it can make, there's 2 different sounds it can make. It can go owl like in cow or O like in bow, right? But it still just makes 1 vowel sound. So let's look down here and look at our examples here. So we've got the word mailbox. Do you see that vowel digraph team right there? Yes, and I've also underlined the O in box because now we can see that we have 2 vowel sounds. So how many syllables, if I've got 2 vowel sounds, how many syllables are in this word? That's right, 2, mailbox. We can even split it apart just like that. Mailbox, good, 2 syllables. Ah, look right here. Rowboat actually has 2 vowel digraph pairs, row and boat. So I can split it because there's 2 vowel sounds. I know that there are 2 syllables in that word. Okay, so we've practiced all week long with all of those plural nouns and the vowel digraphs. Today, it's Friday. I want us to take it and apply it to our reading. Okay, so let's go through. We're going to read it and we'll find some of those words that follow some of those patterns that we've been working on. This one's called By the Sea. And if you haven't been to the ocean, this is going to be just a lot of fun. You're going to be able to use your imagination a little bit, but it's about a boy and a girl who are visiting the ocean, the sea. Okay, Mickey and Bonnie, let's read it. By the sea. Mickey and Bonnie live in a seacoast town. One day, they went looking for seashells. The sand was very hot, so they hurried across it on tiptoe. During their walk, they picked up seashells and seaweed. Bonnie found 15 seashells. Mickey found 13. Soon, daylight started to fade away. Then the children followed their toe prints to go home. On the way, they saw waves spraying water against a cliff. The sunlight in the spray had made a rainbow. Mickey and Bonnie had seen rainbows in valleys, but they had never seen sea spray rainbow. Sorry, I read that wrong. Had never seen a sea spray rainbow. It was a peaceful sight. They enjoyed the beautiful colors. There are stories about gold at the end of rainbows. Maybe the children found gold that day. Do you believe they did? That's awesome, right? I want to see. I wonder, do you believe that they were able to find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? I don't know. You never know, right? We looked at and practiced a lot of different things. When we think about those vowel team digraphs, did you see them as we were reading? Like in sea coast, that one has 2 of them. What about in the word like seashells? Did you see it there? So as you're reading, you can find those digraphs, and they're really going to help you to be able to read words. So I encourage, as you're reading, to make sure that you are practicing being able to change up those syllables and be able to read your words. Okay, final piece we're going to work on here is with a little bit of our comprehension. Now this one, we're talking about root words and how root words, when we have a multisyllabic word, we need to be able to break it down to that root word. It's that simplest form of a word to help us understand what is being said. So here's an example today. Your act was an inspiration. Okay, so if I don't know what inspiration is, then what I can do is I can think about what is that root word. Okay, so inspiration. When I say root word, remember I want to take it to the simplest form, so I'm going to take away any prefixes or suffixes. And there's a suffix here, so I'm going to pull it away. And what is my root word? Inspire. Oh, okay. So think about, what does it mean to inspire? Does it mean that it's inappropriate? Does it mean that it's boring? Or does it mean someone or something that stirs a feeling to inspire you? Has anyone ever inspired you? Yes, so it's going to stir that feeling, right? So if it's an inspiration, it's that thing that inspires you to be better. Okay, so boys and girls, happy Friday. I'm so excited I got to hang out with you this morning to support you. Remember, you're responsible for your learning success. Listen, ask those questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. Have a fantastic weekend. I can't wait to see you back here on Monday. Be safe. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.